Hi, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles. In our last several episodes, we've talked to you about our different recessive genetics that we've got. So we're going to start now on our dominant and our incomplete dominant. There are still more recessives out there, but I've shown you all of ours. So we're not going to get into clown and those type of things that I don't currently possess. But today, we're going to start with one of our dominant genes, and that is the spider gene. I think spiders are beautiful. This is by far one of my favorite morphs. Some people argue it's incomplete dominant, others say it's dominant. And we'll get into the difference of that here in a few. But first, a few things about the spider. One, calling this particular animal, her name is Nike. Just a spider is kind of a disservice to her. I'm actually cheating here, and I'm showing you a spider that's double het for albino and axanthic. She was one of her offspring, produced from a axanthic spider to an albino female. But since she's only got one copy of the two recessive genes, she looks like a traditional spider. So this is what a spider would look like if you were to hatch one out and get really lucky. I think she's exceptionally nice myself. But there's a couple things about the spider gene that make it kind of special. It's been around for quite a while. It was produced first in 1999 by NERD, which is a very large reptile facility now. And they produce a lot of really interesting and neat stuff. One of the probably top producers in the world. And that's who started the spider gene. You'll hear people talk about spiders having a wobble. Some people don't like spiders because of the wobble. And the wobble is something that they don't necessarily understand. It's not what you think it is. People think spiders are going to sit there and shake, or that some have it, some don't. The fact is, the first spider that they brought in 99 had a wobble. All spiders come from that one spider, and they've all got what's called a wobble. A wobble for a spider is just it's a dysfunction. I mean, they're not functioning quite the same as other snakes are, but it doesn't affect the breeding, doesn't affect their eating. It really doesn't affect anything, and they make wonderful animals and still make great pets. So people shouldn't shy away from the spider. It just gives them a little personality. We'll see if we can get her to do some of the wobble here. She's pretty good about not showing it too much. Typically what I see is when they get really excited, you'll see a little bit of a head shake, or also they have a hard time telling up from down. So if a spider gets its head flipped over, they can't right themselves so well, and they sometimes will sit with the head kind of crooked like this. And we do have some that do that, and it kind of comes and goes, but it really doesn't affect anything. So they're pretty gorgeous. They are the base for a lot of combos when you start getting into anything with your bumblebees and those sort of things. Spider is what creates that. There's been some argument on the genetic, if it's a codominant or which is also an incomplete dominant, or a dominant. Meaning that nobody's ever produced a super spider. A super spider would be, anytime you breed it, you'd get nothing but spiders. Some people think it's an incomplete dominant, and when you make a super spider, they die. And they tend to be spider bred to spider, according to some people, has less chance of having the number of healthy eggs, and that's where they think the super spiders are. Others think it's just a dominant gene and doesn't produce that. I can't say one way or the other. I will probably not do a lot of breeding spider to spider just because I don't want to deal with the possibility of less babies. But I love the way it looks. I think for a single gene, you can't get better than a spider as far as the difference it shows in the color and the pattern. And you get the white speckling on the sides on the spiders, and obviously this awesome, looks like barbed wire to me, pattern. So that's all we really got on spiders.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hey, Matt, that's a pretty fabulous shirt that you're wearing. Where could I get said shirt?
Yes, I am terrible about advertising for myself. The shirts are available through our webpage. You can contact us. We'd love to get you one. We've got a few different versions with a few different things on the back. This one I think is the Want to See My Balls version. We also have the Own the Gods version. You're more than welcome to advertise for us and buy one of our shirts. We'd love to sell you one. One last thing we forgot is upcoming next week, next Sunday in fact, if you're local to Manhattan area, we'll be having the Cons of Breeders Expo, which will be at the old Clarion. And we're actually going to be there putting on a display with some educational stuff and a few snakes, along with a lot of other really interesting people with a lot of really cool animals. So come on by, check it out. Great fun for the family. And there's lots of things to see and learn. You might even find a new pet you can't live without. Although she won't be there because I'm keeping this one. So you can't buy this one no matter what you do. You cannot have this particular snake. You can have the fly, though.
And that'll be on Sunday, September 6th, I believe. And that is here in Manhattan, Kansas. And I believe that is at the 4 Point Sheridan across from Briggs Automotive. Thank you.